What's going on, everybody? It's Ron from Ron's Movie News. I am sorry for the long absence. I promise I'm going to make it up to you with as many videos as I can pump out this week and this weekend. I've unfortunately been struggling with a lot going on in life, a lot of stress, just a lot. So I appreciate to the ones that's actually been kind of sticking around, checking out the videos, watching old videos. I really do appreciate that. I just wanted to throw something small out there today before I head out of here. I got the chance to check out a streaming film on Hulu titled Mr. Crocket. Let's get into it. Now, with Mr. Crocket, we follow a mother and son who just lost her husband and child's father, trying to make it by when a mysterious charity box shows up out in front of her house. With a VHS tape inside titled Mr. Crocket's World, the mother utilizing the video to keep her son occupied as she needs a much-needed break from his behaviors, finds out that this VHS tape comes with a sinister entity named Mr. Crocket, whose sole purpose is to take mistreated children and punish bad children. That pretty much sums up what this film is about. I'm not going to get into any huge spoilers. Honestly, I'm not going to even touch on spoilers besides just some details about the film, just in case you guys want to watch this film without, me ruining it for you. Before I get into the positives and negatives, I'm going to keep this, this video short and sweet. Overall, this film wasn't bad. However, it did just lack a lot of things that could have made this film great. Overall, I do recommend watching it if you're a horror fan. Mr. Crocket is pretty much a mixture of Mr. Rogers and Freddy Krueger. So just kind of taking that in mind, this film did have a good premise and it had some good ideas. But like I said, this had so much potential to be a great film. It had a great concept. It had a great antagonist in Mr. Crocket. And it had interesting lore, but honestly, it just fell flat and was a little stale. The kills in the film are pretty well done, and Mr. Crockett's reasoning is understandable with his backstory. He is interesting and intimidating at times. He's pretty much, like I said, he's Mr. Rogers meets Freddy Krueger. His acting isn't bad. The acting overall in this film's not bad, but it's nothing, of course, stellar. The effects and ideas at times were creative, and it was interesting. The majority of what holds it down is this idea that they have, and that they created. It just seems at some point they got lazy with the story and the execution of it. The film is, directed by a first-time director, which he doesn't really do a bad job, but he is also one of the writers, and the story at times is just boring. Honestly, till you see Mr. Crocket, that's the only time it really kind of gets interesting. The characters all are very uninteresting. You just really don't care for any of the characters besides a few of the kids are being abused, and of course, there's parents that are abusing them. You feel some justice when Mr. Crocket kind of punishes them. However, the main characters, they're just both in my view, they just wasn't interesting, and in my opinion, the mom wasn't honestly a bad mom. It was really the kid who was a bad in that instance. And it just seems off with what they kind of set up at the beginning of the film, explaining why Mr. Crockett's going after certain kids and certain parents. His whole rules is, hurting parents that are bad parents to their kids. And honestly, the mom wasn't that bad. She just yelled at the kid one time. So it was a little confusing on what they was trying to do with those rules in that setting. The twist at the end that they throw in, you see kind of a mile away coming, so there's really no surprise in this film. You kind of see where it's going and what it's heading to. I was on my edge of my seat for maybe 5 minutes towards the end of the film, just wondering in a situation how the mom was going to get out of something. Besides that, like I said, the film has moments where it's interesting, you're on edge. Mr. Crockett's intimidating and scary in a sense and crazy. And then there's parts of the film that just, you're bored and it dulls you out, and it's just it goes back and forth, and it's just, overall, it just doesn't stick the landing. Like I said, overall, this film's okay. I suggest watch it if you have nothing better to do. It's enjoyable in parts, but boring in others. It's not too long, which is a benefit to the film. However, it does leave on a cliffhanger for a second, in case they want to make a second one, which I would welcome. If they can somehow bring a better story and some characters that are interesting. However, how the cliffhanger sets up, it seems like they'd bring back the main characters again. So I don't know if I'd honestly check out a second film. The only way I would is just if they had more interesting, like I said, some of the deaths and the kills and what they did with Mr. Crockett's abilities was interesting. Overall, I'm going to give this film a 6.5 out of 10. It's on Hulu, and, my view is, it's worth checking out if you have nothing better on your list to kind of check out first, which is, just, it's one of those films, if you have nothing that you can pick, and it's kind of what I did. Me and my girlfriend couldn't decide. We remembered this film was on our list. We threw it on. It's a little bit over an hour and a half long. It was all right. It got it, we watched the movie that night. So honestly, it's one of those type of films you just, if you have nothing better to do, have nothing else to think, you can't figure out what to watch, throw this on, see if you like it. Let me know, down below in the comments if you do get a chance to watch it, or if you've already watched it, let me know what you think. Would you like to see a sequel? And with that being said, I really appreciate you guys. I really would love if you guys could continue to subscribe to the channel. Leave some comments down below if you'd like to see something else. Like I said, I'm trying to explore some new ideas to bring a little bit creativity and difference to this channel. Like I said, I've been extremely busy with life, getting into coaching a couple basketball teams, doing a couple jobs, trying to, just make ends meet. So I haven't had a lot of time to focus on this channel as much as I would love to. But I do love you guys for taking the time and checking me out. But with that being said, just be on the lookout for a few more movie reviews coming out. I will definitely have probably movie reviews for Red 1 and Gladiator 2 sometime this weekend. Those are my next two on my list to go watch. And Gladiator 2, of course, comes out tomorrow night. I will probably have that out Friday night, is my goal. That being said, I will see you guys next time. Thank you for checking out this video. Please leave a like. It helps me out, and I will see you guys again. Thank you.